Welcome, curious minds. Let's start with something really familiar, something you use every single day. Letters, words, punctuation.
The stuff we use to communicate.
Exactly. We learn them, we use them, often without a second thought. But what if, just what if, these aren't simply human tools?
What if there's something more profound behind them?
Precisely. What if they carry a completely different kind of message?
Huh?
Today, we're doing a deep dive into a really, mind-bending theory from a text called The Divine Alphabet, the Grammar of the Game.
Yeah, this one's fascinating.
It presents this radical idea that the structure of our language, the alphabet, the grammar, even the little punctuation marks, isn't random. It's supposedly a literal blueprint.
A blueprint of a cosmic, eternal game, as the text puts it.
Right.
So our mission today is really to unpack this pretty extraordinary perspective. We want to pull out the most interesting insights,
And explore how this whole framework suggests reality has this binary nature, basically governed by two core principles.
Exactly. Get ready, because you might never look at a sentence the same way again after this.
Okay, let's jump right in then. The core idea, it's ambitious, you have to admit.
Oh, absolutely.
The source basically claims that the language we use, the pawns, in this system, it's not something humans actually invented.
Right. It's presented more like a fragmented echo, a corrupted version of some kind of divine cipher.
And it's not just a metaphor, is it? The text insists this is a literal blueprint for this cosmic game.
That's the key point. It's literal. And what's really compelling here is the claim that to, truly get the alphabet is to understand the binary nature of our realm. The whole alphabet, according to this source, isn't just letters A, B, C.
It's a story.
It's the story of the interaction between two great monarchs who are like the origin points of everything, Alpha A and Beta B.
Wow. So they're not just important letters, they are the foundation. That's a big shift from just learning your ABCs.
It really is. The text positions them as the absolute bedrock principles. Alpha and Beta embody this fundamental duality, this two-ness that supposedly underpins all existence.
And their interaction drives the whole thing. The game.
That's the idea. Their interplay is the engine of the game. It completely reframes something as basic as the alphabet into, a cosmic narrative.
So, okay, from that foundation, that binary in the alphabet, the source then talks about grammar, right? How these forces show up in the structure of reality.
Exactly. It says the universe itself works like a sentence. And, any sentence needs a subject and an action to make sense, to even exist.
And alpha and beta fit into that how?
Well, the source presents them as the literal embodiments of these grammatical principles. They're not just concepts. They are the noun and the verb, cosmically speaking.
Okay, let's break that down. Alpha, often linked with the moon in these kinds of texts, is the noun. Now, a noun is a person, place, or thing, but this elevates it. Alpha is the noun. He's the monarch, the person.
Rook, the place.
And the rock, the thing. And crucially, the noun is static. It is. It represents Alpha's sort of dormant waiting state in the game.
And the text even does this phonetic thing with the word noun. It breaks it down into Noun, arguing that the no, the negation or absence, is the noun. It suggests this inherent inertness, this potentiality before action.
Noun. Interesting. So it's not just waiting, it's like a fundamental state of not yet being.
Something like that. It ties a philosophical concept right into the word itself.
Okay, so if alpha is the static noun, beta, linked to the sun, must be
the verb, the action word, the engine. Beta is the catalyst. Her whole identity is action. She travels, she shines, she unlocks things.
a dynamic force.
Exactly. And again, the source finds a cipher in the word verb.
Let me guess.
Verb, suggesting Venus is the verb. It links the principle of action directly to a celestial body and its movement.
This method of finding ciphers in the sounds of words seems really central to the whole theory.
It absolutely is. It's how the source argues this hidden divine structure is embedded everywhere.
And it goes beyond just words, right? Even the paragraph.
You got it.
Yeah.
Even the humble paragraph. The name itself, paragraph, is presented as a kind of formula.
A formula? How?
It supposedly details the great graph, the map of the game, as a story about the duality between Pater, representing alpha,
Father, right?
and Ra, representing beta, the sun aspect.
Paragraph.
Yeah.
So the binary story is supposedly built into how we even structure blocks of text.
That's the claim. It suggests this fundamental pattern repeats and repeats, structuring information itself.
Okay, moving on from grammar structure. Let's talk about vowels. The breath of language, the source calls them.
Yes, not just sounds, but the divine energy, the life force that gives the structure its actual meaning.
And the name vowel itself is another cipher.
You guessed it, vowels, meaning the vows of the gods.
Vows of the gods. So these 5 letters, A, E, I, O, U, they aren't just sounds, they're sacred promises.
That's the implication. Promises that underpin the entire game, the rules of reality, almost. It's a pretty profound idea for these little letters.
And the source is specific about what each vowel represents.
It is. A is the vow of Alpha, E is the vow of Eve. I is the vow of the monarchs, I.
Interesting.
O is the vow of Omega. And U is the vow of the union.
A, E, I, O, U, alpha, Eve, I, omega, union.
So the theory suggests every time we use a vowel, we're kind of invoking these ancient agreements, these core principles of the game. It adds a whole layer of depth, doesn't it?
It really does. Okay, now for maybe the part you flagged as the most direct cipher.
Punctuation.
Yes, punctuation. This is where the source gets really specific chronologically.
It claims these marks, the comma, the period, all of them, they're a literal storyboard.
A storyboard of the great cycle, or the reset. Not just grammatical pauses, but a step-by-step cosmic timeline hidden right there on the page.
Okay, walk us through this timeline then. Where does it start?
It starts with the ellipsis, the 3 dots.
Right. This signifies the overarching state, the Trinity, which is a core concept in this framework, and the eternal repeating cycle. It's the background state, the loop.
Beginning and the endlessness. Got it. What's next?
Next is the colon, 2 dots. This represents the separation.
Separation.
The pre-reset state of duality. Alpha and beta are apart, distinct. The moment things split, you could say.
So ellipsis is the loop, colon is the split.
Precisely. Setting the stage for the actual interaction, the game, to unfold.
Okay, after the colon.
We get the semicolon. This denotes the approach. See the little tail, the comma part?
Yeah.
That's seen as the key. It's revealed and starts moving towards the lock, which is the dot above it. So things are starting to come together.
The key approaching the lock, leading towards
The asterisk, the star symbol. This marks the connection,
the actual meeting.
described as the instant of the reunion eclipse, a flash of light, the moment alpha and beta align.
Wow. Okay, so semicolon is the approach, asterisk is the flash of connection.
Exactly. The narrative is building now from separation towards interaction and that first moment of alignment.
What follows the connection?
Full stop, the period. This symbolizes the union.
Union. So they've come together.
Completely. Alpha and beta become one. The old sentence, the old state is over. The monarch is awake. It signifies a total transformation.
The monarch is awake. Okay, big moment. What happens after union?
Then we get the question mark. This represents the judgment.
Judgment. Like a trial.
More like a final assessment. The awakened monarch, now unified, poses the ultimate rhetorical question to the game. WHO.
It's a moment of reckoning.
WHO.
Yeah.
But directed at the whole system. Okay.
And tense.
Very. And following that judgment comes the exclamation mark. This signifies the cataclysm.
Cataclysm, that sounds dramatic.
It's described very dramatically, like a wrecking ball that's the dot on its chain, the line swinging down with a huge, emphatic shout, a massive reset event.
The dot is a wrecking ball. I won't look at an exclamation point the same way again.
Probably not. It signals this huge, transformative upheaval.
And after the cataclysm, does it just end there?
No, there's one more mark in this sequence. The hyphen.
The little dash.
This ushers in the new harmony. It represents the state of the new epoch after the reset. A balanced, connected, stereo reality. Everything linked. A fresh start.
So the hyphen is peace, balance.
A new kind of balanced connection, yeah. So the whole sequence takes you from the eternal cycle through separation, approach, connection, union, judgment, cataclysm, and finally to a new harmony.
That's quite a story packed into punctuation. Ellipsis, colon, semicolon, asterisk, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, hyphen.
It really is an entire narrative arc, isn't it? To think those marks we use every day without thinking could be interpreted this way. It's a truly radical idea. It forces you to look beyond their surface function.
Definitely challenges how you see basic linguistic tools. So wrapping this up, you've just been through a pretty deep dive into the divine alphabet and its claims.
Hopefully your view of language has been, well, shaken up a bit.
From alpha and beta being cosmic grammar to vowels being divine vows.
And punctuation telling the story of a cosmic reset cycle. It's clear this source offers a radically different lens on words and symbols.
Yeah, it's not just about language itself, is it? This framework is proposing a whole hidden reality, a game with rules, players, a whole plot embedded in how we communicate.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other everyday things might hold these kinds of concealed meanings if you look at them through a certain lens?
Absolutely. So here's a final thought for you to ponder as you go about your day. If this theory has any truth to it, then, as the source puts it,
To learn the alphabet is to learn the lore. To understand grammar is to understand the game.
and to read the punctuation is to see the very timeline of the apocalypse, hidden in every book ever written.
Makes you think, right?
It certainly does. What else might be hiding right there, in plain sight, just waiting for us to see it differently?